at the Hawthorne Hawks Healthy Harvest Farm. What do you think we'll see at the farm? Think about what things you think of when you think of farms. Do you think of pigs, chickens, cows? Sure, those are all things you might find on a farm. But this farm is a little different. Did you know that you could have a farm in the city? Sure, it's great to have a farm in the city. That way, people are able to have food nearby their homes. Let's see what we see on the farm. Ooh, here's one thing we know a farm needs. Water. Sure. The farm needs to have water to be able to keep the plants watered when there's not enough rain. Well, this place looks interesting. I wonder what's inside. Oh, what do you see? Do you see tools for growing? I see shovels, different kinds of rakes. Oh, what's that tool? That looks like a good farm tool, a pitchfork. And what else do we have? Oh. Watering cans for watering the plants. Here's another kind of tool. Do you know what this one is called? That's right, it's a wheelbarrow. What do you think you can do with a wheelbarrow? I bet people use it to move dirt around, or if they've got a load of potatoes. A wheelbarrow really helps with a heavy job like that. Well, here's a nice spot. This looks like a place where someone could take a rest after they've been working in their garden. What's that vegetable you see growing on the farm? Well, this part of the farm looks different, right? Have you ever been to an apple farm? Here's an important part of our farm. It's the school garden. Have you visited the garden before? Let's see what's growing in the school garden. I see some squash plants, and they're really busy. What do you think this bee is up to? There's some really colorful plants in the garden. What color is that leaf? And what color are those stems? Have you ever eaten a plant that looks like this? Wow, this plant has some interesting parts. Oh, what's this plant with pretty yellow flowers? It smells really good. That's an herb that we can cook with called dill. And what's this over here? Do you know what that is? That's right, it's a green pepper. Hey, and like the okra, I see flowers on this plant. And where the flowers were, I see something that looks like a tiny pepper. What do you think that means for how the green peppers develop? Why don't you chat with somebody about your ideas about how green peppers come from the flowers of the pepper plant? Oh, do you think somebody lives in this little house? Maybe the farmer? Let's have a look. Oh, that's not a house for people. It's a place where they keep the tools. Hey, there's another one of those pitchforks. Oh, wait, who's that visiting the flowers in the farm? That's the monarch butterfly. Can you tell what the butterfly is doing? If you look closely, you can see the butterfly putting their long mouth part into the flower to sip nectar. That mouth part has a weird long name. It's called a proboscis. It's not only butterflies active here. There's our friend the bumblebee. What happens on this part of the farm? looks like another place for the farmer to keep the tools. And what's this part? Oh, it's a little greenhouse where they can keep plants when it gets cold. Wow, this is a fun part of the farm. Look what's growing here. It feels so soft, I can even feel little hairs on it. Does this remind you of any other plant? You're right, it's just like a pumpkin. This one is called a birdhouse squash. Why do they think they call it that? Oh, here's one of my favorite parts of the farm. One of my favorite plants. Do you know what these are? It's taller than me. Well, I don't see any corn left on these cobs, but you're right, they're corn stalks. And here we are at the most important part. It's our pumpkin patch. Did you know that pumpkins don't grow on trees? I bet you did. Well, what kind of plant do they grow on? We call this plant that spreads out all over the ground a vine. It's similar to the plant that grew the bird's nest fern, but that one we have trained up on the fence. These ones spread out all over and find different places to root into the ground. Let's see how these pumpkins are growing. So here's some nice green leaves of the pumpkin. If we get close to the stem, you can see these pumpkins have teeth. They're sharp little teeth on the stems. Why do you think a plant would want to have sharp points like that? There's another plant part here that's really cool. Do you see this? What's that yellow thing? You're right, that's a flower. All the pumpkin flowers are yellow. But there's two different kinds of flowers. Did you know that? That's right. There's a male flower that's the one that makes this yellow powder, pollen. And there's a female flower. The female flower would have been right here. And you can see what the female flower makes. A pumpkin. So the pumpkin plant needs help to get the female parts. So the pumpkin plant needs help to get the pollen from the male flowers to the female flowers so it can make a pumpkin. And that's where the bees come in. Bees are the pollinators that move pollen from the male flower to the female flower. But did you know pumpkins were green? Sure. We hope that you can come to the pumpkin patch to pick out your own pumpkin. Is this your pumpkin? Wow, what's that cool plant? Oh, that's an eggplant. Ooh, here's one of my favorite things to eat on the farm. Well, wait. I don't think you eat those leaves or the stems. And I don't see any flowers or fruit here. Well, what part of the plant could we eat? Oh, it's the sweet potato. And where do you think sweet potatoes are? They're down here under the ground. These sweet potatoes aren't quite ready to dig out. But when they are, we'll have some delicious orange sweet potatoes to cook up into our sweet potato hash. Let's see how many different colors we can find here on the farm. I see green, a lot of green, gray, brown, tan. What colors do you see? Wow, I've been seeing so many cool things here at the Hawthorne Avenue farm. But who's growing all this amazing food? There's got to be somebody. It's not growing on its own. Oh, look at there.
How's it going?
Hi. Can you tell us your name?
Yes, my name is Mark Kearney, and I am the farmer here at the Hawthorne Avenue Farm, here in the heart of Newark.
So I've seen a lot of foods I like to eat here, but one of my favorites is apples. And I've been trying to remember, how do apples grow? Hey, Farmer Mark, can you tell us, how do apples grow?
Yes, well, as you can see, you look at this tree, we have some apples that stayed on after the season. They're not ripe, you can't eat them, but you can enjoy the view. Apples grow on a tree. This is called an apple tree. And we're so excited to share it with you guys, young girls and boys. Hope you enjoy it.
Hey, Farmer Mark, can I ask you a question?
Yes, you may.
Can you grow oranges on this tree too?
Actually, I will tell you a little story. You can take a branch off a tree and splice that branch onto another fruit tree that's not the same, whether it's a peach tree or pear tree, and that branch will begin to grow on a different tree. Amazing, isn't it? But that's what happens. Science.
Pretty cool.
So, you want to ask the question?
Well, here we are in a field full of vegetables, I think. But what are these strange things?
These are okra, and they grow, as you can see, on a stem, a branch, and they start very small like this one here, as you can see, and then it gets big like this. Now, most times when you use them, you stir fry them, you can bake them, but I find, and if you ever get a chance to eat one, they're good with salads. Raw, you slice it up, and it gives you that nice crunch when you're eating the salad, and it has a great flavor. You would enjoy it. Try it.
That sounds amazing. Hey, Farmer Mark, I saw one of these tools before down by the shed there, and we were trying to figure out what you did with it. Can you tell us about it?
Yes, well, these are wheelbarrows, and there's 2 or 3 different types. This is a one-leg wheelbarrow with a stand. This is a 2-leg wheelbarrow, and they're also 3-leg wheelbarrows. And the difference is, this is more for someone that has a little problem standing or is going to move more objects at one time. This one is basically getting in and out of rows comfortably, and we use it to put our weeds in, as you can see. And here you can see we use this as well to put more stuff in. They're great. One day you get an opportunity, come out, try it, and I'll let you wheelbarrow.
All right. Welcome to the Hawthorne Avenue Farm. We hope you'll come in and explore the farm with us. What are we going to see?